You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio on ESPN Radio 1700. Now, live in studio, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guests and repeat offenders, both of them. Jenae Noonan, hello. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me again.
Glad to have you. Tiffany Avans, welcome.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
Best-selling authors, both Victory, Stories from the Winner's Circle. We are going to chat about the new book, and it's already a best-selling book on Amazon. Holy cow, that didn't take very long.
5 hours?
You guys must be popular.
we hit bestseller in 5 hours.
Wow, pretty amazing stuff. We're going to have to figure out how to do that. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. You can reach out to me directly at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you have no needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Holy cow. I got some extra background music in there. That's just from me testing our system to make sure our friends live streaming can actually hear us. Every once in a while we have that fun. So I like to just check it out myself. Sometimes I talk to myself. It's a bad habit I have. I guess I better talk to one of our doctors that come in and chat about that part of it. Or either that or I'll just go out and celebrate today because it is National Pecan Cookie Day. We ready for pecan cookies?
If there's gluten-free ones, I'm all about it.
Gluten-free?
I have gluten intolerance.
I'm intolerant too, but it's not gluten. Of course, that's what my wife tells me also, so maybe it's a different issue. Weekend! Boy, it was a great weekend. Did you guys have a good weekend?
We did.
We had an awesome weekend.
Good deal. Oh, yeah, I guess becoming a bestseller. Did you guys party too much after that?
We don't really party. We're
Celebrate.
Yeah, we celebrated. We did. Last night we had a little fun. We saw San Diego.
Nice.
So, one of our friends, who's actually a real estate agent out here, took us out and showed us
the good times of San Diego.
Yeah.
Nice. You know something? I had an interesting weekend. That's what I want to share a little bit this morning because it was quite amazing. And I've been talking about this for a couple of months now. I was actually introduced to the organization a few months ago when we started doing broadcasting more frequently from the San Diego market, Solutions for Change. What an amazing group. Sat with a lot of people. I guess 700 of our closest friends had dinner on Saturday night at the McClellan Palomar Airport. Interesting location for dinner, but it was amazing. 700 people in the Jet Source hangar right there. Never thought I'd have dinner in a hangar with 700 people, but think about this one. I mean, it was amazing. Trying to raise, or actually not trying, legitimately raising $1,078,000 in a mission to end homelessness in northern San Diego, southern Orange County, maybe even taking that mission a little bit further. $1,078,000 raised in one night. And listening to the conversations, listening to the stories, the keynote speakers, and then and some of the family members who have been helped by the organization. 750 families helped now, 1,500 children. Listening to Clint Bruce speaking. I had never heard Clint Bruce speak. In fact, I'd never really even heard of Clint Bruce. NFL football player. Okay, so that's well and good. Navy SEAL, even better. Chatting about coming home and being here versus being home, talking about the mission of the unheard thank yous of so many people. I brought quite a few people in an audience. Would you ever think of an NFL football player and a Navy SEAL bringing an audience of 700 to tears? Probably not what you would generally expect. Now, if he went and, he did threaten us all, and it was a good threat. He threatened, Jenae, you might have been able to help us on this one, being that you're teaching these self-defense courses for women, but he threatened that he would not punch us in the throat if we would bid on a bottle of wine, and the money obviously all goes to homelessness. Probably a little bit of a different thought, but that he might bring you to tears if he did punch you in the throat. But from his message, unbelievable message of the men who served in Vietnam coming home and not getting the welcome that they should. The issue of a big difference between the men and women who go to serve versus any of the political BS that goes with it. Right? They sign up now. In the Vietnam era, it was draft, but today, signing up to put everything there is on the line, maybe even paying the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And it didn't matter whether you agree with the mission or don't agree with the mission. It's the people that's the big issue. And Mr. Bruce was chatting about the lack of respect for the men who served in Vietnam when they came home. And a Navy SEAL going forward and saying, we as a nation owe you an apology. And his message was just unbelievable, that many of the men and women serving are here but not home. Many of the men and women that are serving come back and don't know how to get a job, don't know how to find a house. They're not treated well when they come back. They're not assimilated. The military comes in and says, yeah, you're back, now figure it out on your own. After spending 4, 8, 10, 12, however many years of service they have, they're in these years of service being told what to do, where to go, how to do it, when to eat, when to sleep. And then the military, they come back and they say, see ya. And when you hear it from somebody who went through it, as opposed to somebody like myself who can relay a message and share what I heard, that's not the same as a man that came back, went through it, and is living it on a regular basis, and a mission to try and help end this travesty that we have in our country. So when we're able to raise $1,078,000, knowing that that's a drop in the bucket, 750 families helped, 1,500 kids sleeping on cement pavement, and our military men sleeping under bridges because no one's willing to give them a hand up, not a hand out, showing them how to build a business, get a job. Very, very interesting evening. And you can see some of our photos of the evening right there on Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. I don't put on a monkey suit for very many events. I'm not a big fan of it. If I could wear shorts and sandals every day, all day, that's what I would be doing. But when it comes to a event like this, try to just make a little bit of a difference. Be one person, because that's the way to end the problem. The way to end the problem is not for the government to get involved. Holy cow, if we have them get involved, nothing will happen. We'll get all kinds of bureaucratic BS. The way to end the problem is for us as a community to get involved one person at a time, help one family at a time. That's the way to get involved. That's the way to do it. I'll get off my soapbox because I think it was a great event. I hope you take a look at it. I hope you'll get involved in a cause. It doesn't matter to me what cause it is. Get involved in a cause. There's a lot of great ones that are being done through private sector, through the individuals in our communities, and help out, make a difference. Don't just go and watch a ball game on the weekend. I enjoy the ball games as much as anybody, but get out there, make a difference. One of the things we're going to be adding to our repertoire right here on Ron Siegel Radio, you've heard me talk many, many times about your household board of directors. And I'm a big, big believer in the household board of directors. I look at many, many companies. I watch the markets on a regular basis. Yes, I can tell you that the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 79 points as we speak. And every single one of those companies on the Dow Jones, those 30 companies, they all have boards of directors. Pretty smart people. Every one of the companies on the NASDAQ, that's down 1 point right now. They've got boards of directors. The S&P 500, up 7 points right now. They've got boards of directors. Why don't you? Are you too smart? Maybe you just don't need it. You're smarter than everybody else. You don't need a household board of directors. If you are one of the people like me who probably could use some expert guidance, got a very, very simple process for you to get it nowadays. mbelinks.com/ATP. Very simple. Area Trusted Professionals. If you go there, you can get the household board of directors. I'll introduce them to you. No cost to you. Totally compliments of Ron Siegel Radio. You've got insurance people. When was the last time you checked your insurance? How about estate planning attorneys? Do you have, well, I know you have an estate plan. The question is, did you devise it, or is it the default that goes to the state of California? We'll talk more about that as time goes on. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. More about the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio when we come back. We're going to talk about listing your house today. Brent Humphreys sent us a featured home. First-time home buyers, what do you need to know? The 5 biggest questions. And stories from the winner's circle. You can reach me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel Radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission, lending partners will give a credit at closing, the title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
Ron Siegel Radio Date Night Trivia, presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink. Friday, Ron will pose a question based on on-air conversations during the prior 7 programs. The person to post the answer according to the guest conversation will win a date night package, including a dinner gift card for Reunion Kitchen and Drink. You might even be able to say hi to Ron when you visit Reunion Kitchen and Drink.
UDirect IRA Services has helped thousands of Americans invest their IRA outside of the stock market into real estate, land, private notes, and more to improve their financial future. UDirect IRA is a third-party administrator providing complete and accurate information on self-directed IRAs so you can make the most of your retirement funds. Educating individual investors and professionals is the cornerstone of UDirect IRA. We have events right here in Southern California geared towards self-directed investing. We also offer webinars, so no matter where you are, you can learn to earn.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today, it's being brought to you by Commerce for a Cause. Commerce for a Cause, you got to love that group. How about a 20% rebate of credit card processing fees to the charity of your choice? And yes, they are going to match your existing credit card processing expenses. So it's not like you're paying any extra money. You just get the benefits. Gotta love this story. Why NFL player Ryan Broyles lives like he made $60,000 last year, not $600,000. NFL player. It's amazing if you are in the world of finance, and it's kind of a great tie-in to our Ron Siegel Radio Area Trusted Partner program. If you're in the world of finance, as I've been for way too many years now, you realize that NFL players, NBA players, baseball players, almost all of them, within 5 years of retirement, they're bankrupt. 5 years of retirement, they're bankrupt. They on a much more superficial level, like the military, they're taught to do something, baseball, football, whatever, professional athletics. They go and they do it. Nobody shares with them anything other than the curveball, fastball, catching a pass, blocking a pass, making a basket. Shaq's case, not making a basket. But they're never taught anything about what are they going to do when at the end of their career. What are they going to do with the money? People confuse the issue that, in this case, Mr. Broyles made $2 million from the years 2012 till 2014, I believe it was. What's he going to do when that's over? Is he going to continue making that kind of money? They think they are. I know on Tuesdays, I have a friend of mine, or a man that coached one of my sons in T-ball, played NFL football for 8 or 10 years. And he said on Tuesdays in the NFL, it's shopping day. And the guys will go out and spend between $3,000 and $100,000 every Tuesday. And they don't realize that the average life expectancy, the career expectancy of a football player, about 3 years, 4 years. That's all it is. And you think if you're going to go spend that kind of money, blow that kind of money, where is it going to come from? They don't realize that the money is not going to continue to come forever. Well, Mr. Broyles is a pretty smart guy, apparently, from a financial standpoint. He takes the money and puts it in the bank and lives on $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month budget. Obviously, it would be a little bit more than that if you were looking at earning money and paying taxes on the money. But he takes out of a centralized account $60,000, spending $1,600 on his house payment, about 30% of his budget, $500 for groceries, $300 for gas, $190 for cell phones, $800 for combined for 2 cars. They've got a third that's paid for. Think about that. About $1,000 a month left over from his budget. Do you have a budget? Well, if you don't, you really need to be part of our Area Trusted Partner program. You need to give us a call, or actually just go online, mbelinks.com/ATP. It's about a 3-minute form, and we will send you an introduction to people who can help you with these things. If you have not checked your car insurance or your house insurance in over a year, you're blowing it. Just quite plain and simple, because companies change. You change. Your situation changes. If you haven't got your trust done, if you have never done one, then you're really blowing it. But if you haven't done that in at least 3 years, you're blowing it. Laws change. I'm helping a client right now, a listener right now, who's in a battle because the trust was drawn, but the trustees don't get along. So mom dies and leaves 2 trustees who don't get along at all. Guess where most of her estate's going to end up? Yep, attorneys. Well, I don't want to see that happen to you, so I'd rather see you give us a call, get in touch on the Area Trusted Provider program. I'm the one, myself, my team, we go out there and we do the vetting of the people. We interview the people that are part of the program. I want to know what they know. I want to know where their heart is. Are they looking to just try and sell something, or are they trying to help you? If they want to sell something, wrong venue, wrong format. If they're looking to help you, the audience, the people that I cherish most, because something, if you don't listen, they don't bring me back here anymore. Pretty simple process. mbelinks.com/ATP, complimentary of Ron Siegel Radio. That is the Word on Wealth segment. If you want this whole article about Mr. Broyles, it's a pretty fascinating article. I'd be happy to share it with you. Just send me a message or email or Facebook tweet. I don't know what the whole Twitter. I'm a little slow. Oh well. Let's talk to our guests here because otherwise I'll get myself in serious trouble. Jenae Noonan, Tiffany Avans. Victory stories from the winner's circle. We've been talking about it long enough. You finally finished it, Jenae.
Yes.
You had to quit work and all that just to go and get a book done.
I didn't quit work. I just
retired for a while.
I took some time off.
Wait, time off.
Call it a sabbatical.
Sabbatical means are you going back now?
I am.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fighting October 17th. It's a breast cancer charity event. It's called the Grudge Match Against Cancer, and I am only coming back because it was for a good cause.
Yeah, well.
So far, I'm only coming back because it's a good cause.
Let's see where that leads.
I know 3 months ago I was like, I'm done for a while. And
last time you were in with us, or maybe the time before that, I'm tired of hitting people in the face, and I'm tired of getting hit in the face.
You know what? This time I'm fighting a girl named Kelisha West, and if you guys look her up, you're going to be praying that my face survives this fight. But she is we're doing a boxing match only. She's a pro boxer, and she has 4 titles right now. And I'm doing this for breast cancer. And a few of the authors in our book are getting, at the event, they're getting an honor of bravery for their bravery for surviving cancer and telling their story and their work they've done in the field of cancer.
Holy cow. So you're going up against someone that's not even in the same sport as you.
Yeah, I fought boxing first, way back when. We won't age me, but so boxing is what I did first. She is well trained, way more trained in boxing, and it's gonna be fun.
So, is it a boxing ring or is it one of those cage things?
It's a boxing match. It's a boxing ring, just full boxing. I can't throw her. I can't take her to the ground.
So let me ask you, from my perspective of this whole thing, I've shared this with people before when we've talked about you coming on. I said I am really, really fast when I'm scared. Are you able to hurdle and run quickly?
I'm stuck in a ring. I don't know where I'll be hurdling from. I do have good feet work, so I might be circling a lot, and I'm gonna go in there and give a good fight.
So it's like a heavyweight boxing match on the men's side. That's all they do is dance with each other anyway.
Yeah, they hug a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. I will be an awesome Mayweather, and I will be running, and I will be hugging.
And then you get the $100 million at the end of the night.
I wish. Actually, if there was that big of a purse, it is for the cancer fundraiser, so it'll be all for them.
So it'd be nice if it is $100 million going to cancer research.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do really crazy things for other people, so there you go, cancer survivors, cancer patients. I'm getting my butt kicked for you.
Well, wait a second. I thought you were going to go in there and win.
It's going to be a good fight, yeah.
Okay, so I hope you got some of those defensive strategies that you teach
I'm
people.
pulling a Mayweather. I'm going to be running.
Well, that was Pacquiao, wasn't it?
No, Pacquiao gave a good fight.
Did he?
Mayweather was the runner.
Shows what I know.
Right. I only watched 5 minutes of it.
The thing was only 5 minutes long. That was all the hitting was done in 5 minutes.
It did last. I think it did went the whole 12 rounds, but
probably took him longer to count his money than it did to do the fight.
Probably. He'd probably pay somebody to do that for him.
Wouldn't surprise me. So Tiffany, tell me about the book. How does it feel to be a best-selling author?
It feels pretty surreal, actually. Friday night, I was like texting Amy, and I'm like, "Is this real? Did this just happen? Someone pinch me." Sorry, Jenae.
Jenae. Okay.
I call her Amy.
So cat's out of the bag. My name is Amy Jenae Noonan. Jenae's my middle name.
I've known her for, my whole life, like 20 years. Wink, wink. And
I think some of us are on camera here, so I've got the face for radio. You two look great, so I don't know about 20 years.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was texting her.
Let's hear about your story because it says something about how long were you married? How long?
I have been married. We just celebrated 8 years.
8 years. So you got married at 12.
Yes, that's exactly right.
I'm not going to go there, but that might open a whole nother story. It might be another chapter.
Second book.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. That's married at how old were you when you had your baby?
All right, let's just get real.
Was that? I don't want to push that. We might get ourselves in more trouble. I'm probably already in trouble. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, more with our authors. We're going to talk about reasons you might want to list your house today. The featured property will be discussed. 5 biggest questions for first-time home buyers. And all of that in the next 30 minutes. Believe it or not, we will get it all in. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Call or offer a number. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Southern California attorneys have over 15,000 real estate agents to call in Orange County for their personal and professional needs. Why do they overwhelmingly call Melinda Johnson? Simple. It's the Melinda Johnson trifecta. Melinda is an attorney, real estate broker, and realtor. Does your family deserve the same professional services California lawyers demand? Call Melinda Johnson at 714-863-5485. That's 714-863-5485. Or on the web at freedomfirstproperties.com.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today brought to you by the VIP Hero Program. VIPHeroProgram.com. See if you are one of the heroes that qualifies. There are quite a few of them: military, law enforcement, firefighters, healthcare professionals, first responders, teachers. I don't want to read the whole list to you. It'll probably get bored to you. But if you are one of those people in that group, go to VIPHeroProgram.com. See if you qualify. $5,000 to $10,000 in rebates when you're buying and selling a house. We've got the Real estate professionals giving you rebates. Lenders have rebates even if you refinance. It may not be as big a rebate, but there are rebates even if you're refinancing. Give us a call. We'll put you in touch with them. Title companies, attorneys. Well, I can't say discounts or rebates from title companies. That gets them in trouble. I don't want to say that. They'll give you lower rates because they're published as special rates for heroes. I don't know how that works. VIPHeroProgram.com. So some reasons, and I can put these graphs right on Facebook for you if you would like them. Reasons why you should probably list your house right now if it's something you are contemplating. First off is something that, I don't know, some people on the left have a problem with. It's called the theory of supply and demand. It's pretty simple. It's one of the basics of economics. When you have more demand than supply, prices go up. National Association of Realtors recently reported inventory of homes for sale is at a 4.8 month supply, about 20% below the 6 months needed for a normal market. And it's declining. The number of homes for sale is declining. Another report from the National Association of Realtors is demand. Every month they put out a report on foot traffic. And I was a big questioner. Okay? When I first saw this report, how do you know about foot traffic? How do you figure out how many people are going out and looking at houses? Well, those fancy new lock boxes they have on the house now, they keep track of who opened the lockbox, when it was opened, how many times it's been opened. So they can actually keep track of that information, and they show that the amount of foot traffic is increasing. So people looking for houses are going up. Supply is going down. I wonder what that's going to do. Home equity. Here's the interesting story about home equity, and this is why I am so passionate about this area trusted professionals that we've assembled now. Think about this. 37% of the homeowners in the United States, 37%, believe that they have 20% equity in their homes or more. It's only 37%. In reality, 69% of the homeowners actually have more than 20% equity. 69% have more than 20%. 37% believe they have 20%. 32% swing right there. 32% of the population is incorrect in the amount of equity they have in their largest asset. Do you think you have a need for a household board of directors? Just a thought right there. So if you're debating selling your house, this might be the right time to do it, and we can put you in touch with the right professionals. If you're thinking about buying a house, look at this property that came to us from Brent Humphreys. Brent, I wish you were here because I could harass you on one of my favorite harassments. 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 1 half bath. If you have to do half your business, they've got the bathroom for you. Just saying, 2 full, 1 half bath, 4-bedroom house in Temecula. I listed at $429,000. I'm looking with 5% down, under $2,000 a month principal and interest. That's with a 4.8 APR interest rate. Think about that one. Under $2,000 a month principal. And it's got to add your taxes, your insurance, mortgage insurance if there is any. All of that stuff goes right on there. Think about this. If you want some more information, give me a holler. I'd be happy to put you in touch with Brent Humphreys. It's an immaculate, gorgeous Paseo del Sol home. Paseo del Sol. It's the street of the sun. Gotta like that. Enjoy tasteful upgrades, making you wonder if this was the model. Chair rail, accent paint, crown molding, wainscot paneling. I don't know what that is. Stainless steel appliances. I can use those. Rich wood floors, premium carpeting, enormous master suite. I can hibernate in there. Great property. If you want information, give me a holler, or so I can put you in touch with Brent Humphreys. Pretty good rent there too, or mortgage payment. And I promise you, a 30-year mortgage, your mortgage payment will not increase on this as it does if you are renting. So we're going to continue our conversation now with Jenae Noonan, Tiffany Avans. Victory stories from the winner's circle and the upcoming dance that's going to take place. Well, we won't talk about the dance. Let's talk about the book signing party. When, where, who, how?
We have, I believe, most of our authors coming down next Sunday, which is September 27th. Thank you, as I look at Tiffany. September 27th at the Pomona Mining Company. We are having a book signing party.
Pomona Mining. I'm not familiar with Pomona Mining Company.
It's in Pomona, and it's a restaurant called Pomona Mining Company.
Okay.
And for those who don't know where Pomona is, that's where the LA County Fair is.
Yeah, that's the last day of the fair, too, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, yes.
Wow. So instead of going to the fair with millions of people and getting trampled and sweaty,
yes,
you go to the book signing party.
Come hear us talk a little bit and sign the books, and it's
you
a
guys
dinner.
Gonna talk a little bit, really?
I am.
I can't imagine that.
We're actually allowing the floor for all the girls to speak, but I'm actually just gonna tell the girls like how thankful I am, and not like a huge like motivational speech, just a little thank you and thank everybody that came. And we have a special guest. Who's our entertainer?
David Shea.
David Shea.
He's a musician. I've had the opportunity to hear him. He's very talented.
Cool.
Yeah, we're excited to have him.
And it's at the Pomona Mining Company.
From 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. 5 o'clock is dinner and entertainments, and we'll probably start signing around 7.
You guys gonna get right? No writer's cramp. You're gonna exercise those hands before you.
Oh yes.
I've done a few signings, but it's a good point. We should tell the other girls to practice there.
Practice your signing.
Practice your signing.
Or give your hands lots of rest.
I'm not even gonna go there. That can only cause some problems. I don't even want to go in that direction. So now you know what would be really fun. If you guys now I'm
nervous. Okay, what's gonna?
Oh no.
Well, you guys must know me well. I've got a warped mind. You know,
we know this. That's
we've
why
noticed that exactly.
What's? Come on.
Okay, so the funny part would be is just for the heck of it. I'm on social media all the time. I know you guys are too. Take a picture of each girl's signature at their very first signing, and then take a picture of their very last signature. And just post what those signatures look like.
That's a good idea.
Just for a little fun. I mean, it's not real meaningful or anything like that. I'm a little bit of a history student, and I actually, for some reason, I don't know how I came across it. They showed a picture of Richard Nixon's signature when he first was running for president, and then the day that he resigned. And it's hysterical when you look at what the signature looks like.
It's like in the beginning, an actual signature at the end, just like a scribble.
Straight line, yeah. Exactly. And people, the experts can actually tell stress from that. Tell us a little bit about the book. I've said the name a few times. Tell us a little bit about the book, Tiffany.
Well, we've got 11 authors and
11.
11. There's only 6 on the cover. A few of them are from Northern California.
They have cameras there, don't they, in Photoshop?
They're pictured in the book.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And each of them has a pretty remarkable story about overcoming challenging situations. I think when Jenae and I were talking about doing another book, it was kind of a discussion of there's no one in the world who's never had a challenging circumstance. So some people cope better than others, and we found some pretty amazing women who have stories that we felt would be inspirational to others. And we just really wanted to give them a chance to share it.
Just from the little bit that I've heard about the book as it's been being written and edited, some of the stories are a little bit more than just an interesting story. There's some real successes and some real challenges that people have overcome.
Yeah.
The stories have definitely they range in age. Wow, I'm a better writer than a speaker, I guess. But you're right. There's a girl in there. She watched her mother get blown away by her father and then put in the foster care system, and dealt with being shipped off. She lived in, I think, 12 different homes in 4 years. And just the things that she's had to go through and how she's come to find her identity and figure out who she is. And she's only 18, so she has an awesome road ahead of her. One of the girls survived cancer, only to be a couple months later get her legs and her hands amputated from a bacteria infection. So she's...
Wow, surviving cancer and then
completely unrelated, gets a bacterial infection that costs her legs and her hands. And hers is about perspective. She has the most amazing perspective on life. Even she posts on Facebook all the time, hey, I'm going to go swimming in the ocean. And could be why I night swam last night. She gave me a little inspiration to go jump in the water.
I've heard of go jump in the lake, but I don't know about the in the ocean there. It's any sharks out there?
I was told there wasn't, but I was not gonna lie. I was terrified last night.
She came back. I was relieved that she came back.
So Tiffany, you didn't go swimming.
Oh, I stayed with my feet in the water. That was it.
Oh, serious swimmer. Okay.
I'm a strong swimmer. I played water polo, but the ocean I have a lot of respect for.
You know something, that's smart, because I played water polo also, and I thought I was in good shape in high school when I was playing. And boy, the ocean will make you realize that who's the boss? Pretty simple when you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, more with Tiffany and Jenae, and a lot going on. We're also going to chat about biggest questions for first-time home buyers. You can reach me anytime. Call our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, and on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Do you have a loved one who wants to stay in their home, but you have health concerns about it? The Preferred Care team understands the challenges of caring for your loved ones. Their goal is to keep seniors as independent as possible while maintaining their health, safety, and overall well-being. Whether you need just a few hours a week or 24-hour care, Preferred Care caregivers are trained to meet your needs. Call Preferred Care at 714-696-9150. That's 714-696-9150. Or visit preferredcare.com.
Attention homeowner 62 and older. Do you worry if you can afford to keep your home? Are you concerned about paying all your monthly expenses? Or do you simply wish you could live a better retirement? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may qualify for a program that can help. It's called FHA Reverse Mortgage. It's insured by the federal government. You'll receive tax-free money. You aren't required to make any monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home. Siegel Lending Team is a local leader in FHA reverse mortgages. Call free to get your free reverse mortgage guide, free custom quote. And when you call now, you can get all your questions answered by local experts. There is no monthly mortgage payment and tax-free money you can use for healthcare expenses, home improvements, or just live a better retirement with peace of mind. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-1990 to get your free reverse mortgage guide and quote. You'll also find them on the web at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL lendingteam.com. Call 800-306-1990 now. Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
It's not every day your home gets flooded, but when it happens, you've got the good people at A.P.R.I.S. on your side. With over 25 years of construction and insurance experience, they can turn any disaster around, making your home good as new. For 24/7 support, call 844-GO-APRIS or find us on the web at www.apris.me. Day, night, rain, or shine, when it happens to you, you know what to do. Go A.P.R.I.S. Remember, call 844-GO-APRIS. That's 844-462-7747.
Save big during the Big O Tires Customer Appreciation Sale. Get a full-service oil change, including tire rotation, just $16.99. For participating locations, go to bigotires.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report, it is wrong. How do I know that? Oh, it's pretty simple. They're all wrong. I'm not that smart a guy. I'm a simple guy, and I know when they're all wrong. Yours must be one of them. Just sharing that information with you. I've been looking at the reports for about 20 years now. I've yet to see one that's completely accurate. That's why I can guess that yours is one of the affected ones as well. Biggest questions for home buyers is the subject today of the Mortgage Minute. So here's some of the things you really need to know. Is it better to buy or to rent? Well, that's a simple question I can ask you to answer, and you can do that in about 2 seconds. Do you want to pay your mortgage or somebody else's? Number 2, how much house can I afford? That's why you need the Household Board of Directors. Find out from a mortgage professional how much you can afford before you ever start shopping. What you think you can afford may or may not be a correct number based on other debts that you have, especially student loans. That's a biggie. So take a look and see how much you can afford. Don't go looking at a $400,000 house if you've got a $300,000 budget. You're going to be disappointed when you look at the houses you can actually afford. Is it better to buy an existing home or build? Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, I would suggest buy an existing home. Do not try and build. There are a lot of hidden expenses. How do I find a lender? That's an easy one. Household Board of Directors, mbelinks.com/ATP. We'll put you in touch with somebody great. What happens at closing? Well, that's what you got to get educated on. That's why you need to have great people helping you, working with you. What happens at closing is that's when the finalization takes place. You need to look at all the loan documents. Make sure that the term of the loan is what you're expecting. Make sure the payments are what you're expecting. Make sure the interest rate is what you're expecting. Is it fixed? Is it variable? And obviously, how much money do you need to close? Those are some of the biggest questions for first-time home buyers. Again, that is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. And I should share with you as well, when I brought up a little bit earlier, we were talking about that great event, $1,078,000. And it was, holy cow, 700 people getting to a place at one time and basically departing at the same time. You know what the line was for the valet? Pretty long line for the valet. I'm going to say right here, right now, thanks to our friends over at ALS Limo, I didn't have to wait in the line at either end, because when we got there, there was no line for the limos. And when we left, I just sent a text message to the driver, and he showed up right at the door. We got in the car and laughed at everybody else that was standing there in line, probably for another hour. But it was for a great cause. ALS Limo, official transportation company, Ron Siegel Radio. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for, actually, we had to thank George because he's the one that actually drove us. Robert just sets it up over there. ALS Limo, great company. If you want their information, give me a call or go check them out right there on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. Continuing our conversation this morning with Jenae Noonan, Tiffany Avans. Victory Stories from the Winner's Circle is the name of their book, and there's a lot of great stories. I don't read. I'll just call a spade a spade. I'm a audio guy, so I see the book. It's sitting here right in front of me, and I love the idea. The stories that the ladies have told me about what's in the book are just amazing. There's one of them that kind of ties in with the event that I was at. One of the stories you said has one of the girls was homeless or in the foster system.
Yeah, she was in the foster system from 14 to 18, and when pretty much a little bit before her 18th birthday, they pretty much told her, you have 2 months to figure your life out because when you turn 18, you're no longer our problem. And the story in the book, it explains what she did, but she calls her mom with air quotes. You can't see on the radio, but I'm air quoting mom. She actually told her if she went to school and she helped her get a loan that she can actually stay with her. So the last foster family that had her decided to keep her and help her along the way. But if that wasn't for that people, then when she turned 18, they're just...
Kind of ties into what we were talking about earlier in the broadcast with solutions for change. And with our military, they're kind of thrown to the wolves when they get back. And in the foster system also, it's great that the one family, obviously, you have to be, I think, a pretty special family even to be part of that foster system, because it's an emotional issue with the entire household, bringing somebody in and then them being taken away, or however the whole thing works. I've got a little bit of an experience there, but it's an amazing system. It takes amazing people to, I think, do all that stuff.
I think she talks about there's a few families that she came across that she was really grateful for, but she was in 13 houses in 14 houses or 15 houses in 4 years.
15 houses in 4 years.
Some people
She lived in a suitcase.
She pretty much had a bag. She has a doll. It's a part of the story, but she.
So you actually read the book.
I wrote the book, so in the process of writing it, I can't say I read the whole thing through and through. Tiffany has read it probably about 20 times because she edits it, but I'm a perfectionist, and so if I continued to read it, it probably would not have gotten done. So at some point, I was just like, okay, it's done. But the girl's story, I actually was one of the authors who wrote the story, and so I know her story really well.
So you said there's 9 collaborators? Is that right?
I think there's 11.
11 collaborators.
Yes.
So the beauty of what I'm looking at is 11 collaborators. The book's a total of 250 pages. So it's almost like my attention span. It's short, right? I mean, each chapter, each story is probably about 15 or 20 pages, give or take. So you really get a sense of what each of these ladies have gone through or what their life experiences are in a short amount of time.
The book has one experience of the women, and we're encouraging others to write a full story on their own or full book on their own. But life is complicated and life has lots of situations, and each girl gave us one story from their life. Tiffany's gave us her marriage, but she didn't give us her whole marriage. She gave us one piece of her marriage, and we're encouraging her to write her own. Ashley she gave one piece of her story. So you get the overall book has a theme of finding yourself, finding your confidence, finding your power, finding your strength. And the women use their stories to illustrate the concepts that are brought up through the book. So the book has an overall, once you read from front to back, it all fits together and you learn and you cry. Buy the book, buy Kleenex. Just to let you know that you will cry. But the overall book has an empowering theme, and the women's stories illustrate the theme.
Sounds like a great book, and obviously there's a lot of people that have been looking forward to buying it as it got to bestseller so quickly.
And we're still there. I cannot thank everybody enough who purchased the book. We are still at number 1 at new release. We hit number 1 in 2 different categories. We're still at number 1, and I think I said this the first time. For this book, for me, was about these women, and to give these women this experience. That was what made it for me. It was hearing Tiffany, how excited she was, seeing the girls post their posts of, oh my gosh, we hit number 1, like seeing their excitement. It
talks about your heart, Jenae. That's what it talks about.
Thank you.
Right? I mean, when you really think about it, because you wrote a book yourself and did that, and people wanted you to write another book yourself, and then to come out and do this for 11 other people or 10 other people, that talks about the heart that you have as an individual going out there and saying, hey, it's not just about me. I have a platform, I have a celebrity that I can use to help other people. And I think that's why, I'm so glad that you've come back so many times and with others to talk about this mission that you're on.
Thank you.
Right? And
I'm actually speechless for once. Thanks. Thank you.
And then the 17th of October, you've got the grudge match. So you're going to go out there and get beat up.
I'm fighting. I am getting in there and giving a good fight for breast cancer.
She's going to knock out cancer.
Yes, a grudge match against cancer, yes.
But that's awesome. I mean, again, it talks about your heart of what you're out there. I mean, having retired, and you were on the air. It's taped. What is about a month ago saying that you're tired of getting hit in the face and hitting other people in the face, and now, a month later, you're going to do it because of a great cause.
Yes, I'm doing.
That is really special. So
thank you.
I think that's the reason why I think you've had the success with your book. If you haven't got the book, shame on you. It's been out 3 days now. You've had plenty of time. Victory Stories from the Winner's Circle by Jenae Noonan and a bunch of collaborators, a bunch of young ladies here, is the story. The book signing party Sunday the 27th in Pomona Mining Company, County Mining Company.
Pomona Valley.
Pomona
Valley. There you go.
Pomona Valley Mining Company.
Gosh, I've never etten there, so I thought if I'd eaten there, I'd have known. Okay, and you're going to give away. We got to figure out how we're going to give away this. I don't know. Said the 10th person to send a copy of their receipt just post a copy of the receipt for buying the book on Amazon. 10th person that does that. Dinner and with a guest.
Post it where?
Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. Okay, thanks for keeping me honest. Good. Post it right there on Facebook. Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. 10th person. Dinner for you and a guest at the Pomona Valley Mining Company at the book signing party Sunday the 27th, 5 to 8 p.m. Great information, and make sure to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A very big thanks to Steve, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.